Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of RLCraft Bedrock Edition. So last time we finally became strong enough to use this bone sword and this fully enchanted diamond armor. And with that, we managed to take down a few bosses with surprising ease, which is honestly a little concerning because if the game lets you become this strong, then there's probably something out there that can still absolutely destroy you. So today, I want to push things even further, specifically our sword, because right now we're basically wearing god tier armor, but hitting enemies with a slightly upgraded stick. 7 damage isn't exactly intimidating. So the plan is simple: get a better weapon, fight more bosses, and if we're lucky, find a battle tower and see if we can survive it. So, let's head out. Ooh, looks like a dead shogun right outside our base. Just to give you an idea of how strong we've become, here's what happened last time we fought one of these. And now, yeah, that was pretty effortless. He's not a boss, but still, if this is how things are going, I'm actually curious how we'll do against a real one. But first, ooh, a pirate ship. Let's go inside and see what they're hiding. Ooh, this is actually some serious loot. Diamonds, gold, and even ancient debris, which is great if I could actually use a diamond pickaxe. So we'll just leave that behind. And there's another ship, same plan. Okay, those pirates absolutely destroyed my armor durability. Let's repair that real quick. I really need to find a way to get mending because at this rate my armor is going to break before I do. But we did get some good loot. So let's head back and drop everything off. And I think it's finally time for an upgrade. This is the ice sword. It does the same damage as our current weapon, but it has frost aspect. So now everything we hit freezes, which sounds a lot more useful than just 7 damage. But we still need 2 more melee levels before we can use it. So let's grab another ember because the last one is basically dead. And now, time to go out, find some XP, and finally, unlock our new weapon. Okay, so we finally got enough XP to level up our melee to level 23, which means we can finally use the ice sword. Just look at this thing. Doesn't it look awesome? And we also found this castle-looking structure, which honestly feels like the perfect place to test our new weapon. So let's head in and see what this place is hiding. Ooh, it's spawning those night mobs, which probably means the loot in here is going to be absolutely terrible. But on the bright side, we're literally one-shotting them with the ice sword. I don't think that's supposed to be happening, but I'm definitely not complaining. And yeah, the loot is horrible, exactly as expected. A structure full of pointy knights, guarding complete garbage, classic RLCraft behavior. Still though, they're an easy source of XP. So let's clear this place out anyway. Ooh, we got a trinket. The weathering necklace, withering aspect Y. Okay, that actually sounds pretty good. Let's equip it. All right, this place is fully cleared. Now let's head back out and hopefully find something better. Maybe even a battle tower. Ooh, a cyclops. All right, let's take him down. And hopefully this time he actually drops the eye. And he's down. Honestly, that was kind of effortless. But the important question is, did he drop the eye? Yes, he actually did. And apparently it gives blindness resistance and darkness resistance, which, let's be honest, isn't exactly game-changing, but we can craft something way more important using this eye. The Dragon Eye. One of the most overpowered trinkets in the entire mod. Fire resistance, night vision, blindness immunity. Yeah, that thing is insane. The only problem is, we need 3 void steel ingots to craft it. So let's head back home using the teleport scroll and see how many we already have. Okay, we have 1 in the chest, and I'm pretty sure we had more somewhere. Yep, another 1 in the backpack. So we only need 1 more. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we can actually craft void steel ingots ourselves. Yep, we need 4 shadow stones and 1 power crystal. All right, let's see how many shadow stones we have. What? Only 2? I seriously overestimated how rich we are. All right then, let's empty out the backpack a little and head back out to find more resources. But before we leave, let's craft this Erythril. It's a pretty interesting weapon. It only does around 7 damage. So it's not exactly great for combat, but it's amazing for mobility. I'll show you what I mean in a second. First though, let's sell all this random junk to the trader. Wait, he's selling a heavy core as his final trade? Okay, I'm definitely taking that. Thank you very much, sir. Now let me show you what the Erythril does. Why isn't it launching me forward? Ooh, I get it. It's because I have the Great Shield and the Great Horn Shield equipped. Ooh, another merchant house, and it's the enchanted book guy again. Please, have mending books. Nope, just a bunch of useless enchantments. Fantastic, but at least we can get another XP tome from him. Okay, we got blaze powder, a fire essence, 2 shadow stones, and a bone hatchet. Why does this guy casually have cooler loot than most dungeons? All right, let's take off the Great Shield and the Great Horn Shield for now. We lose 4 hearts, but now the Erythril actually works. And we can basically fly with it. Okay, that is insanely fun. And we just landed directly on top of a samurai structure. Perfect. Free XP delivery service. All right, let's head back home and enchant the Erythril. I mainly want Unbreaking on it. Yep. Unbreaking 3 first try, and Bane of Arthropods. Why? Well, it doesn't really matter since I'm not using it for combat anyway. It's basically just my movement tool now. Now let's enchant the Ice Sword. Bane of Arthropods again. Game. Please stop. This is my main weapon. Okay, let's re-roll it. Unbreaking, Sharpness 4, and Knockback 2. Now that is more like it. And while we're here, let's repair the armor again because it's about to break for the 19th time. Man, these repairs are getting ridiculously expensive. I seriously need mending soon. I don't even think this armor can survive another repair cycle. And I also have this fire aspect book. You know what? Let's put it on the Ice Sword. So now we deal fire damage and freezing damage, assuming those 2 effects don't immediately cancel each other out. Ooh, look at that thing. A giant dinosaur lizard creature. I think we can actually ride it. Yep. And of course, there's a boss nearby too, because apparently the game refuses to let me relax for 5 seconds. All right then, let's take this guy down. And after that, we seriously need to start looking for a village so we can finally get mending on all this gear before it explodes. Okay, that fight was way closer than I would have liked. I nearly died there. So I guess my suspicion was right. The bosses are starting to spawn with buffs now, and this stupid sea serpent was being annoying the entire fight. Get out of here, you oversized spaghetti monster. Well, it seems our armor isn't quite as godly as I thought it was. It's still really strong, but clearly not invincible. And since we don't really have the resources for a better armor set right now, I think it's finally time to get mending. And so after that, I leveled up my mining skill to level 20 and crafted a diamond pickaxe, because I can actually use one now. And after enchanting it, I only got efficiency 4. No fortune, no unbreaking, just efficiency. So naturally I crafted another diamond pickaxe hoping for better enchantments, and while I was at it, I also made a diamond axe. And both of them got efficiency 4 again. No fortune, no unbreaking. Just pure mining speed. At this point, the enchanting table was clearly trolling me, so I gave up and combined both pickaxes together to make an efficiency V pickaxe instead. Honestly, still pretty good. And I also crafted the final void steel ingot. So now, we only need 2 more shadow stones to craft the dragon eye. We're getting really close now. After that, I mined almost an entire stack of obsidian, because apparently this pickaxe gives haste 4 while mining obsidian, which is honestly ridiculous. So I thought, why not mine a whole stack while we can? And after that, I started looking for a village, because our armor was absolutely falling apart at this point, and the XP cost for repairing it was getting so high that I genuinely couldn't keep up anymore. And after wandering around for what felt like forever, I finally found a village. And naturally, the first thing I did was steal all of their hay bales. Then I killed all their pigs for food. Then I stole the lectern and all the books from the librarian's house. You know, normal Minecraft behavior. After that, I trapped one of the villagers inside his house and started re-rolling his trades for mending books. And after like 1 or 2 full hours, I finally got mending. Not just for the armor, but for the sword too. And honestly, this changes everything. Now our gear can finally repair itself, which means I can stop spending my entire life savings on anvil repairs. So after that, I started looking for a battle tower, because if you want truly insane loot in this mod, battle towers are the place to go. Sure, they're extremely dangerous, but the rewards inside make the risk completely worth it. Although on the way there, I found another small structure filled with night spawners, so naturally, I cleared the whole thing for XP so I could repair my armor using mending. And after that, the search for the battle tower continued. And after searching for a while longer, I finally found one. Alright then, let's head inside and see what kind of treasure this place is hiding. So I entered the battle tower and started clearing it from the bottom floor. And honestly, the loot from the first few levels wasn't really that impressive. It basically felt like every other structure we've raided up until this point. So naturally, I started climbing higher. And while going up, I noticed something strange. It looked like half of the tower was missing. So I went outside to check, and yep, the battle tower literally generated with only half of itself. Honestly, I would have blamed Bedrock Edition for this, but I'm pretty sure this happens to Java players too. So for once, I can't even bully Bedrock for it. Anyway, I kept clearing the tower, and as I climbed higher and higher, the loot started getting much better. Melee runestones, shadow stones, XP tomes, finally, some worthwhile treasure. And then I found this in a chest, the Inferno Sword. 10 attack damage, built-in fire aspect, and it can shoot fire projectiles. Okay, now that is a weapon, and we also got some fire essence too. So after clearing a few more floors, I realized something. We finally had enough resources to craft the dragon eye. So I went ahead and crafted it immediately. And honestly, this thing is insane. Permanent night vision, fire resistance, blindness immunity. Yeah, this trinket is absolutely broken. After that, I slowly climbed to the very top floor, where Alpha Lycan, the boss of the tower, was waiting. And because half the tower was missing, I had a very stupid idea. What if I just pushed him off the tower and fought him on the ground instead? So that's exactly what I did. And while he was falling to his doom, I looted all the chests up there. And the loot was actually pretty decent. I got a dragon bone helmet, which gives limb protection, resistance, and knockback resistance. Although apparently you need the full set to unlock all the effects. We also got dragon scales, void steel ingots, XP tomes. Overall, definitely worth the climb. So after looting everything, I jumped down to fight the boss, but then something hit me from behind. And when I turned around, I saw it. A giant green dragon. Are you kidding me? I don't think I'm ready for a dragon yet, but at the same time, if I let this opportunity go, I'll probably regret it later. So I gathered every ounce of courage I had and started fighting the dragon. And this is how it went. Man, this dragon hits hard, and it keeps launching me into the air like I'm a basketball. And there goes my totem. I completely messed up my keybinds there. Wait, my spawn point is still set to this village? Are you kidding me? Okay, calm down. We can still recover this. Let's grab this bed and set our spawn closer to the fight. All right, spawn set. Now let's lure the dragon as far away from our items as possible. Perfect. Now we die, respawn, and hopefully recover our gear safely. Okay, we got everything back. Now let's finish this. Ooh, there's also a copper dungeon nearby, and those places have some really dangerous bosses. But honestly, the dragon is already enough problems for today. All right, dragon. Round 2. Let's do this again. Okay, actually, never mind. Our armor is completely cooked. We need to repair this before fighting him again. So let's head back, mend the armor, and try this one more time. All right, the armor is fully repaired. Dragon, for the 3rd time, let's finish this. What the hell? How much health does this thing have? It feels like I've been fighting him for hours. Okay, he's down, finally. It's about time. Okay, now that the dragon is finally dead, what exactly are we supposed to do with him? Because apparently we have 2 options. We can either slay him completely or spare him and tame him as our pet. Now, if we kill him, we'll get a bunch of dragon bones and dragon scales, which means we could craft dragon bone weapons and dragon scale armor. And honestly, that would be really useful. But at the same time, having a giant flying dragon as a pet sounds way cooler. And with him, finding more battle towers and dragons would become way easier. So you know what? Let's spare him. All right then, welcome back to life, sir. You are now legally required to become my loyal companion. Whoa, look at this guy. We literally have a giant dragon as our pet. How cool is that? All right, let's craft a saddle. And now I think we can actually ride him. Yes, okay, this is awesome. Ooh, he has 2,425 health. No wonder this thing refused to die. That is an absolutely ridiculous amount of health. So after that, I flew around with him for a little while, and honestly, it felt amazing. After suffering for so long in this world, we finally have something insanely powerful on our side. But eventually, I returned to finish off Alpha Lycan. And after fighting a dragon, this boss honestly felt like a complete joke. And after destroying him, my confidence went through the roof, which is usually a terrible sign in RLCraft. So naturally, I decided to go down into the Copper Dungeon to fight the Ancient Titan. And honestly, I hate underground dungeons, mostly because I have absolutely no sense of direction. So naturally, I got completely lost. And after wandering around for what felt like forever, I finally found him. The Ancient Titan. And if I'm being honest, he actually destroyed me. Not because he was insanely powerful or anything, but because he kept knocking me off the tiny platform over and over and over again. And eventually I got impatient. So I trapped him and cheesed the fight, because at the end of the day, a win is a win. And after finally escaping the dungeon, guess who was waiting outside? Ogro the Ogre. Another boss, because apparently this game refuses to let me rest. But honestly, after fighting a dragon, this guy felt like a random side quest, so I made pretty quick work of him. And looking back at this episode, we've come a long way. We conquered a battle tower, crafted one of the strongest trinkets in the game, fought multiple bosses, and somehow ended up with a giant dragon as a pet. At this point, I genuinely don't know if we're becoming unstoppable, or if RLCraft is just preparing something even worse for us later. And honestly, that thought terrifies me a little. But for now, I think this is the perfect place to end the episode. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more RLCraft adventures, and I'll see you guys in the next journey.